Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard. Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard.
the man, the king, the god of this shit, Nick fucking Gage. You know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members around the world. And I want to let everybody know, Blvd Bullies vs. the World is a podcast. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube with my motherfucking boy, Larry the Legend. And what the Blvd Bullies are doing, they're trying to ignite a revolution. Within the fans unite and make the crowds electric again. So check out the Blvd Bullies vs. the World. 7 p.m. live Tuesdays with Larry the fucking Legend. MDK all fucking day.
Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Boulevard. Boulevard. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World. It's our final show. It's finally come. It's our final 420 show, and I am the Ginger Man, PK with the BLVD, your host with the most, and I am joined by my cohorts, the lads, the crew, the boys, the family. First and foremost, the man who will look at your wound and say, hey, you know what? As far as my expert medical opinion goes, you're fucked. Here's a Band-Aid. The Death Match Doctor, DMD. He did his deathmatch residency years ago while you guys were still in the womb. Ladies and gentlemen, ringside Sean.
What's going on, boys? What is going on?
And secondly, we have the man who he will shake a guardrail so much that he'll just snap it in half. He'll just snap it in half with his enthusiasm. Ka-chang! This man does giveaways. He does moderation, administration.
Oh, my God.
And, ladies and gentlemen, he is an excellent driver of vehicles, namely vans. This is Bad Take Bry. One punch to your little face, and you're out. The merch guy, everybody.
What's up, friends? I have no voice. I apologize.
Bad take. Bad take.
All right, what are you doing? Are you
Bad
praying?
take.
What's going on?
I'm doing the
Oh, you're
crowd,
getting
like,
ready. You're getting ready.
roaring.
Okay.
Like, no, I'm doing the crowd roaring. Like,
Oh, I thought you were doing like the Michael Jordan. You're the final one to get announced. Set up. And at guard, 6'6", from North Carolina. He is a former boat owner and the captain of the ship. Showcase Showdown winner. The man who is my wrestling father. Larry the Legend. Hey, here we go now.
you know what, Pat? I feel like Cat Martini with that introduction because, you know, Rob Black nightly on the Rob Black show intros his lovely wife, Cat Martini. And it's often very similar to that intro that you just gave
Because
me.
it's loving, because of the lovingness.
Well, I mean, I am your wrestling father, as you so eloquently put it.
So he calls
So
her
you're
his
gonna-
wrestling father.
Well, what he does is he pays homage to me, Pat. He pays homage to me because you know what? Rob Black is my son, too.
Homage.
Rob Black is my son, too. So, you know, when he introduces his wife, just like you when you introduce your wrestling dad, you do like a version of Larry. And all I'm really doing is a version of Oprah. You know, like, so it's like, you know, it's like,
car.
everybody, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, smoke 'em if you got 'em. It is the month of October, and we are less than 30 days away from reapplying for monetization on YouTube. All these videos are going to be deleted on October 31st, and we're going to present ourselves as a functioning member of the community to YouTube. We're going to say, hey, we haven't been doing anything crazy, but, you know, today might be our last program. We might get canceled from the entire internet before we even get to reapply for monetization, because today we have Brian's biological father and wrestling hero, Roberto Negro. I can't roll my R's.
That's not even possibly true, because he's not Jewish.
I think I did a 23andMe, and I saw that you guys did have lineage, actually.
Now there is some debate.
Possible.
There is some debate, because I believe that Jeff Anderson claims fatherhood. He sired you. Isn't Jeff Anderson your dad?
Well, I if you never heard me talk, I refer to all of my friends as dad. Like, we're all dads. You know,
that's
like
real gang. That's some very gang shit right there.
Yeah,
bro. I know exactly what you're talking about.
We're all
Dad's gang.
We're all dads, yeah.
Daddy,
I'm actually a real dad.
Yeah, bro.
We have a real father in our midst.
Well,
you know, and you know
some
what?
of us have actually, done it.
It's just neither here nor there, because it's the final episode anyway. So smoke them if you got them, drink them if you wanna.
You ain't got to tell me twice, even though you did.
I'll tell you thrice time. And thank you so much to everybody in the chat, all of the friends, Bren, Urka, Brian Vitko. Yo, Brian Vitko, Pat and Larry.
Brian Vitko is in the chat.
Love seeing. Brian Vitko, Pat and Larry. Love seeing my old friends doing amazing shit. Well, stay tuned to the end and let us know if you still think it's amazing.
Oh, shit.
What's up?
Pat.
What's up, Larry?
Brian Vitko's got an amazing voice. Say it right now.
Brian
Vitko has an amazing fucking voice.
An amazing voice. Brian Vitko.
One of the
Yeah, just a deep bassy.
He makes me kind of shiver in my boots. He makes me when he announces, I kind of go, whoa.
Appreciate you.
Pretty fucking good.
Appreciate you. Appreciate John Richter. Appreciate 41 Down finally making it out. Everybody in the chat. We got a large contingent here. Jedi Joe, my co-host on Thursday nights. Please subscribe to the channel. Here is how it is going to work tonight with Rob. Did I have enough time to set this up other than what I'm going to verbally tell you right now? No. Maybe a better YouTube channel would have graphics, would have fucking QR codes, whatever. Here you go. Three ways to ask a question to Rob. Wait, hold on. 2 ways. Only 2 ways now. It is.
Come on.
More simple. The simpler, the better.
Come on now.
Listen, we got to live too. Some of us aren't putting on the greatest deathmatch shows in the Northeast and having Brian pick up Ron Nemi from the airport to save Uber money. So we need to make some money here. So it's $1.
No.
That's a lie, Brian.
I picked up Ronald McDonald.
No,
God damn it.
I picked up Ronald McDonald.
God damn it. If you're going to fucking burn, if you're going to burn a bitch, get it right, bro. Come on now.
Just talking shit. Personal friend of the Bullies, goddammit.
But you know what, Pat? You weren't even there. So that's all the shit we got to talk.
I was doing other stuff. I was at other shows.
He blessed me. He blessed me with goodies. So, you understand me?
My goodies.
Speaking of goodies, Brian, how did you feel having Tessa Blanchard's face shoved into your fiance's breasts by Mickey Knuckles?
I was extremely
By the way,
worried.
it wasn't a like shove your face into the turnbuckle. It's like, I'm gonna get behind the shit and pull your arms into it.
Heard Mickey Knuckles' knee was in my fiance's back
of the chair.
They stretched her. They stretched her out.
Wow,
It was
so
a
Amanda
reverse
got
Mexican stress with breasts.
Right there on the floor.
I was extremely worried, and I was very happy to see that everybody was okay.
Brian gets his head whooped by Kit Osborne, and we never see him again. Amanda gets stretched on the goddamn floor of the Hart Ballroom.
New champion. Kit Osborne, sayonara. God. Mickey Knuckles, new champion.
I want to ask Rob about why we haven't seen Kit.
Because of your actions, Brian. Because of
my actions. My actions. God damn it, you guys are crazy.
Remember back in the day when guys would get sent to OVW and they'd be like, OVW. That's Kit.
Yeah, but except XPW's OVW is a gutter.
City.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, XPW.
I was setting you up for New Fear shitting on New Fear.
I was going to go lower than that, even, Larry. I was going to go. I wasn't even going to mention thy name. I wasn't even going to mention thy name.
Well, I work there thanks to Rob Black. Rob Black, our guest tonight, is the one who makes it possible for me to even appear on a Circle 6 of J show.
So here's
I might
what
as
you
well
got
bring
to
it
do.
up.
Here's what you got to do. And listen, we really appreciate everybody who's been supporting. Brian, do me a favor, actually. Don't show some of the worst signs that you made, because you made...
I only have one.
I challenge you to make
terrible...
I challenge you to make really bad signs, and you rose to the occasion.
Topped it.
Yeah,
dude.
I overexcelled.
Sean,
Brian's
how do
a
you feel?
topper.
Sean, as somebody who values themselves as a law-abiding citizen and civilian, how do you feel walking around with Brian and those signs when you're at a show?
I was telling Brian at the show to flip the sign.
Sean,
Like flip it onto the ground so nobody can read it, is what you're saying.
You hung out by the merch. You let
Yeah.
Brian... Yeah, you... So
My brother... Well, no. My brother...
Sean's brother
Yes.
is my soldier in crime. Not
Yeah.
Sean, his brother.
Yeah.
Sean, you watch from afar like a real puppet master.
I'm watching
smart,
everything.
being smart, yeah.
Watching everything.
Master!
So, long story short, the only way to really... We're demonetized, by the way, so because of...
Keep bringing that shit up.
Well, I'm trying to complete my goddamn thought, but anyway,
All
we're
right.
demonetized. So it's Blvd Bullies on Venmo, which I will see on my phone here. And in the note there, it's just $1. You want to ask a question to Rob? Guess what? It could be anything. Oh my God! It's already happening. Urka knows what's up. Also,
money. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
money.
you guys couldn't
Didn't we
hear
used to
it.
have the Did we used to have the $1 Million Man laughing or something?
Well, that's
when
what
we
it was.
got-
You couldn't hear it, but it was just happening, Larry. Yeah.
Are we going to talk about the
okay.
giveaway? Or
We are going to talk about the giveaway. Let me just struggle to
Okay,
trudge
sorry.
through the rest of this sentence I'm trying to say.
struggle.
Thank you.
Every
Venmo,
day.
Blvd Bullies on Venmo. You want to hit me up? I got my phone right here. I got my notes right here. Ask a question to Rob. And if you
Give me
Venmo us
money.
and pay $1, guess what? Even if it's
Give me
about
money.
thumbs, I'll fucking ask it. Number 2.
Give me money.
This one's crazy, but this is how you get the $1 Million Man theme to play. Streamlabs.com/BlvdBullies/tip. If you can remember all that. Brian, talk to us about the giveaway. The giveaway, I don't know. How are we going to do this? You want to do Venmo? You want to do Streamlabs? What do you want to do?
I think that you looking at the chat, it's going to be an actual giveaway. This is the first ever Blvd Bullies actual giveaway, and you're going to pick one lucky person in the chat, and they're going to send us their address, and we're going to send them these PWJ Dr. Redacted cards.
I love
Very
the
nice.
doctor.
Redacted's
Very
got to
I
be.
love the murder surgeon.
He's got to be
I
a
miss
guest
him.
of our
Sean
future.
extracted this blood with his
I
own
miss
mouth.
him. I miss his
No, I didn't.
girlfriend,
I didn't.
Kenzie.
I'm just kidding. With
That's my
his
He
girl.
sucked
hands.
the blood
He
out
wasn't
with his
there.
own fangs.
I wasn't there.
Sean wasn't even there. But it is very bloody card.
Doctor, fuck you.
Doctor, fuck you. The signature is dope. This one is
Doctor,
not
fuck
bloody card.
you.
This is just like a regular base
Regular
card.
schmegular.
A base card. Regular
Regular
schmegular.
degular.
Bio. This one tells you a little happy congratulations.
Brian, do you want to tell us the story? I mean, you and Sean can collab to tell me hell no. But can you tell us the story of your Karenism? You were being a Karen to PWJ. Luckily,
Am I
Sean wasn't
being-
involved, but you were being a little Karen-y to them. You sent the email to the manager.
All right. Well, okay. Now you blew up the spot. So now we're going to tell the story here.
Look,
There
as
is-
Sean
there is-
squirms in his chair.
There is a rip on this card, if you see. And I was
I saw that.
There's
Yeah,
a
I
little-
saw what you're
there's a
talking
little-
about, Pat. Yeah.
I love how Larry just says, "Yeah, I agree. I saw it." Like,
Yeah,
not even.
I
It's a little
saw that.
damage.
I know what
Bury
you're
him.
talking about, Pat. I was like, what?
Well,
Did
we
you
were
say
talking
that?
about was it a rip? We were talking about was it.
You're making
even?
me tight. Now you're making me tight calling me a Karen. So if you're a collector,
You're making me tight, calling me a
This
Karen.
is
You're
what
making
I
me
wanted.
tight.
This is exactly what I wanted.
if you got something, would you not be tight that it was ripped? Question. That's a question to everybody.
Is
in
it
here.
ripped though?
Now, is it
It
ripped,
is
or is
ripped.
there just like a
Yeah,
layer of?
If
No,
you
no,
look on top of the blood
Dude,
print,
I
you can see
I
it.
sent the picture to the man, and then he proceeded to send me a picture of all the other cards that are not ripped. So this one is most definitely damaged. It's a damaged card, but it's a free card because they sent me another one. But this card is being given. It is real. It's still blood. It's
No,
still
but Brian,
blood.
you
It's
got to
just-
understand. You know how many messages that PWJ gets every time there's a blood card release? They get dozens of messages of blood-lusting marks and Karens such as yourself telling them there's not enough blood.
That's not what I said, though.
card
That's
is
not- I
ripped
didn't-
a little bit. The card's
no.
ripped. I want more blood. You know,
Bro,
you got to
I'm-
understand
well,
where he's
I
coming
told-
from.
No, there's nowhere that he's coming from because he first told me that the card's not damaged. That
Sean
was
getting
his
a
first-
text that he's fired. Literally,
that
just
was his
looking at
first-
his phone.
And dude, like the card is damaged, and if PWJ were to put a disclaimer that says you
card
might
may be
receive-
damaged from blood.
card might be damaged from blood, then you're stuck with what you get. You know, like there should be a disclaimer. I've gotten cards from PWJ with no rips, but they did replace the card. They replaced the card.
And now you're giving
I
it
don't
away
feel like
to our fans. You're giving
Yeah.
the trash card away to our fans.
It's not trash.
Why don't you give them the good card and you keep the trash card? It's more unique.
Well, I would say that the ripped one. Well, shut your mouth, Patrick. You know, you're really making this hard because I'm not a Karen for getting upset that my card is ripped. I paid money for a non-ripped card.
Did you though?
Yeah.
Sometimes
There was
things
no-
that are soaked in blood get ripped, Brian.
Okay. Can I?
Who says
can I
who?
add my
Says who?
Blood,
can I add my 2
science,
cents?
biology.
Can I add my 2
Is that
cents?
where is that fact? Where is that written down?
It
that
probably
things that have
probably
blood
some
on
kind
them
of textbook
get
about
ripped.
blood somewhere.
No, I have things with blood on them that aren't ripped.
Larry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think that we have an issue here with collectors and wanting items that are like graded in mint condition. Okay, so Brian, the fact that your card actually contains like viscera from a human being that was acquired shortly after a time that their wounds were open, negates you like wanting it to be like absolutely perfect because
Oh, that's what
this
I'm
is an
saying.
item. This is an item that is very rare in even its
No,
existence.
because the card itself
Card is subject
ripped.
to change. Card is subject to
but
coagulation.
Brian, the card is ripped. But what other cards like are acquired in such a fashion?
Yeah, but
So
it's ripped because someone
actually-
did something wrong. It's not ripped because it's like
Yeah, probably
something
you.
good happened.
And Sean,
no,
hold on,
it's in a
Sean,
goddamn
Sean,
case. It's in a
Sean.
goddamn plastic case.
Yeah.
It was handled incorrectly. The card was handled incorrectly.
I maintain that your card is actually more rare than any other
Yeah, you
of
got the
those cards.
rarest. You got the rarest.
Because
So then I'm
because
giving the more
because
rare card away.
while
I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way at all.
All right,
as someone that collects cards,
all right, well,
the card itself.
I watch
is-
Pawn Stars. I watch Pawn Stars, and I see a lot of people come in with misprinted stamps or fucking $5 bills where the shit is like off a little bit, and it yields way more than fucking the same shit that
Yeah, but
came from the same era just because of when
There's-
it was acquired.
There's 50 blood
Brian,
cards, right?
Brian getting
There's
buried
50
in the
blood-
chat.
There's
Getting
50, there's 50 blood cards, right? And then only this one is fucked up and ripped. This one is worth less than
Unique.
those.
Unique.
No, no,
Yeah.
dude, you're bugging.
Yeah,
It's not
oh my
even
God,
These are
ripped.
rare
The
items,
card
these
is
are rare.
ripped.
You're not going to the store, Brian. You're not going to the store and buying a bunch of these. You're
Brian.
Not, they're one of a kind items.
Yeah.
What
You're
was
never
said?
going to see these ever
The
again.
card looks like it was so.
So, Brian, real
you're
quick, what-
absolutely bugging.
When you reached out and
I'm sorry, I
my partner
didn't mean to
replied,
start.
what did he
I'm sorry.
what did he say to you?
I'm
What was the
sorry.
reason for the damage?
At first, he told me it wasn't damaged, and then he told me that the blood ate away at the card, and then he told me that somebody swiped away at the blood on the card because there was too much blood on the card, and that ripped the card. So somebody tampered with the card after the blood was
There
on
was
it.
tampering. There was blood tampering.
There was tampering. There was card tampering that damaged
Can I just
the card being blood.
I think you have a 1 of 1.
Can I just step in here? Actually,
I think that you would say that, PWJ.
Okay, listen.
Why
Let's
wouldn't you
just
say that?
let's just put a pin in it. I feel guilty now because when we basically had this exact discussion in group chat, and in group chat I sided with Brian. I just brought it up now to like fuck with him. Now I feel bad.
Right.
Now I feel bad. So let's just move on. Before
This
we
is
get
what we're giving away. God damn it.
Hey, the giveaway. Basically, if you want to buy something on our store, boulevardbullies.bigcartel.com, the best way to do it is that very long streamlabs.com/boulevardbullies/tip. Then you get the music to play. Then we ask your question, blah, blah, blah. But, we'll figure it out. If you want to even just fucking, maybe I'll just compile the people's names in the chat who chatted and we'll do it, just a random scroll. Hey, how about this? I figured it out, guys. Comment on this video. Don't just be in a live chat. Comment on it. Send a comment that you want the card, and then what I'll do is I'll scroll through the comments. Before we get to XPW and our boots on the ground, where the 3 of you went and ruled the roost and cracked skulls and guardrails, all the same. Sean and I were at Outlaw Wrestling. I got to see Sean perform on Thursday for the first time ever. Let me tell you something. This guy's got some chops.
Thank you, Pat.
Pat was sending us live. Views of your vocal stylings. I gave you some feedback. I thought you did very well. And let me ask you something. Did you find yourself in your ring announcing position having to deliver messages or run around and get people in place for their match being next or remind people that this was did you find yourself having to essentially stage manage in addition to MC?
Like all hands on deck situation? Yeah.
Well, you gotta you become more responsible
not only all hands on deck, hold on, Pat. Not only all hands on deck because that happens at wrestling shows, but being almost like a point of contact, a foreman, if you will, you're directing the traffic being delivered to you directly from Bull. And did you ever find them kind of task masking you to do this?
No. There was really no communication at all. It's just, it's the show's on and do what you got to do type of deal. Wasn't nothing really
Just
crazy that we
curious.
havened really dealt with.
No, he was great.
Just
And
curious.
sometimes there's an audible where it's go out there and say this. But you know what? Whereas I panic and I'll go out there and say, I have just been told to say, because I'm a weirdo and dumb. Sean, very professional. Even if he was told, hey, last minute, say this thing, he fucking just belted it out with his beautiful tones. I saw Jibby, by the way. Jibby, part of the family business, getting in there. Basically, what I do every time I see Sean's son Jibby is I yell at him about the size of his shoe and how he should be practicing to be a professional athlete. I'm like, what are you doing here? You should be kicking soccer balls into a bucket somewhere right now. Have some respect for your father.
Sean, were you dressed up or dressed down?
Dressed down.
Oh, he wore his prized Undertaker all over print.
My Undertaker shirt.
Like a fucking mark.
And my vest.
Okay. Very Emble J, fellow Sag.
He Emble J'd it up. But the only difference is that he had a flowing head of beautiful hair.
And
I recently came across the pictures of MLJ. Do you guys remember that one time at the showboat, MLJ wore that white suit and he let his hair out, and his hair was kind of like Larry,
I don't really follow his career.
George Washington.
Bro, do you remember that? It was a New Year's.
George Washington.
He was like a judge in 1800.
Yes, bro. Bro, I love that look for MLJ, bro. I loved it so much. He hated it.
Very regal.
Yes, he didn't dress down for the show. This was maybe 3 years ago.
Larry,
and it was a New Year's show, and he dressed in all white.
I hate
this story. He was in a white suit. I love MLJ.
Well, you're the only one, Larry. Anyway, moving on. Thursday was great.
Come on.
We got to see.
Will you stop?
We got to see, in my live feed, if you were tuning in on Instagram, follow, we showed Kevin Gill in the largest commentary throne of all time. We showed Mittens, a.k.a. CM Punk Kid, timekeeping. Right there, had his fucking finger on the pulse. And we also got to see Ortiz versus Crowbar, which honestly, in all honesty, was awesome. It was fucking dope.
Dope fight.
Yeah, stole the show for me for sure. And then on Saturday, before we get into what you guys did on Saturday, I just want to shout out my fam. And Larry, I know you got a close place in your heart. You are a future 2-time Hall of Famer because you are definitely a shoo-in to get inducted into the NYWC Hall of Fame. Your first, if I'm not mistaken, your first Northeast gig with our boys over there, the same owners still, who have all the love for me. So I went out just as a, having been fired because of Matt Cardona, ex-ring announcer, I stayed in the back like the Unabomber, dude. I just chilled, watched the show.
Like the Unabomber?
Yeah. Hood up, sunglasses, we're good. But NYWC had a dope show. House was packed. So shout out to them too. They did a great job.
Shout out NYWC.
Yeah, shout out NYWC.
I heard a lot of folks were kind of hanging around shows this weekend with their hoods up and glasses on and just kind of like the Unabomber. There were a lot of people at a lot of shows this weekend appearing that way, I heard.
You see,
Andy Waller made a whole post.
This is, and I want to get into that. We'll get right into that. And I can't wait to ask Rob about this later. Hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in. But I laughed so hard at this because, it's like, it's one thing to be aware of your own personal shame and stand like the Unabomber, like I was, But there's another dimension where, like, you think you are so important and you feel no such shame of self-consciousness at all, and you think that everybody is looking at you and everybody knows your name, so you think that you have to Unabomber yourself to an XPW show. Brian, take it away. Could you bring our viewers up to speed on what I'm talking about?
I'm interacting with our guests to make sure everything goes swimmingly. So if you're gonna have to,
but hold on, let me say something. Can I say something?
Of course.
If this Unabomber individual is who I think that they may be, they are immersed in a circle of people, not only in the wrestling community but at large, that might kind of like shun them for being so bold as to appear at such a thing.
How dare you? How dare you?
Like I know how the Twitter brush fire can get started. Do you remember the one time that I told J Rose, "Don't you dare"?
Oh my God, we're never gonna get monetized. Take that photo away. We're never gonna get monetized. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So I think that it's the sign of the times that just the adjacent heat that you can get from appearing somewhere from your peers makes people like just Unabomber.
Yeah, but it's only adjacent heat if you choose to live your life in a cuck-like manner.
That's extremely cuck-like. That's extremely cluck-like. If you can't be yourself, then why even exist?
Well, if you and the question,
I'm going to say this much. I'm going to say okay.
The question further is the more important question.
To empathize with whoever. I can go in any locker room I want. But on the times that I have appeared at a GCW produced event, and I have within the past 2 years, just been there, I have definitely gone in not
Unabombered out.
Not yes. Not like
shame
not like,
on you.
Hey everybody, it's
shame on you.
Definitely.
Yeah, okay, but like
I don't want people.
That's different for you because you don't want people coming up to you.
People to know that I'm there.
Yeah, but
to
like
see my friends.
But
that's different.
I don't want people to know that I'm there to see my friends.
But you have a history there, so there's like reason to act that way. You have a history there, just like I got fired from the spot, so I don't really want to, like, I'm kind of a little self-conscious. I'm going to chill in the back. You used to work there and parted amicably, so you don't really want to make it a whole thing, so you're chilling in the back. But it's another thing to be a nobody from fucking nowhere and then, like, act that way.
Right.
And by the way, I saw that Andy Lawler post, and Andy Lawler, I love you. I never met you. You seem like you have a good heart. Those smiles,
sweet boy.
those smiles that you saw across the way were not smiles of wrestling enjoyment joy. They were smiles of, let me hit my group text and tell my stooges how much fun I'm having laughing at this shit. All right? So fuck those people. Say it loud, say it proud, or get the fuck out. And, and that's the very problem because, people only attach themselves to things that can benefit them. And Larry, if we're thinking of who I'm thinking of, you're thinking of, I heard a story that maybe a show or two ago, that person was creeping around Gorilla. So, they're incognito until they're not, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, Pat, why don't we just let sleeping dogs lie?
Well, it's too late
and
now,
move on?
Larry. It's too late now. You guys brought it up ahead of schedule. We had it in the notes. So tell me.
I mean, it's what people are tuning in to hear.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you're hate watching, don't screen record. Just hit the share button and text it to your friend. You can do that with the time signature. That will get us an extra view.
Yeah.
So don't screen record,
They
please.
get to look at Larry. Who
Yeah.
doesn't want to look
Send
at
the
Larry?
link. Send the link.
Right.
And if we were monetized,
Yeah.
those people would have to watch an ad, but make them watch a proverbial ad.
You see my little Biden? My little wig Biden?
Did you bring that to XPW on Saturday?
No, I picked it up. Someone else brought it, and I just picked it up.
That's hillbillies.
I held
So-
it
oh,
up and
hillbilly.
let a fan, Paul Corbin. He hit it.
I filmed that. And
Yeah.
I picked it up.
Mhm.
And now I have
We had a
it
gay old
with a wig
time,
on
Pat.
it.
I wish you were
Yo,
there.
so that's what I want to hear about. I want you guys to allow me to live vicariously through your tales of the XPW South of Heaven extravaganza that went down on Saturday in Newark.
I'll say this. Larry was at the top, Brian was on the side, and I was on the other end. So imagine
Like the
three of
Unabomber.
us. So imagine the three of us on one whole side of a building, making it rock back and forth and making sure that every match is as electric as the one before.
Larry, do you co-sign on this type of energy that he's describing?
Sean knows one thing about me, and it's about the trance-like state that I go into when I'm doing the damn thing.
A fugue
But
state.
you see, it was twofold this time because I had to manage the commentary. Okay, I had to fucking stage manage the back. I had to do the announcements, and the whole time that I was doing that place was alive. It was alive, and I know that life force was the Boulevard motherfucking Bullies pumping up with chants and fucking barricades being broken and fucking titties being shook. We saw Brian's fiance stretched. God damn it, a fucking pussy was a little fucking.
Oh my God, Larry, please, Larry,
He's
calm it
getting
down.
excited.
Calm it down.
He's getting excited.
We're trying to
What I'm saying
trying to
is
reapply
that
here.
Pat, the same energy that you originally brought to ICW New York and Queens when Brett Lauderdale and I pointed you out like, yo, look at these fucking guys. You and Zach Lender, legendary Zach Lender. Okay, well, we were like, look at these fucking guys. This fucking
Real
show
adult,
is-
real human being, Zach Linder.
we were like,
Shout
this,
out.
this,
Fellow
this
Jew,
show is
Brian.
lit
fellow
because of
Jew.
these guys. They're screaming the whole time over nothing. Nothing's going on, and they're fucking going ape shit. That was Brian, and that was Sean.
I'm sorry to go off topic here, but did you guys, speaking of ICW New York, did you hear that they're going to bring down the chains and put back up the ropes and go to Elks
Oh,
Lodge?
a no chains match. A no chains event.
Yes. They
Yeah.
announced
Now,
homicide.
I wonder
Oh, sorry, Larry.
who thought of that. I wonder who was like, oh.
So you think Jack is involved? Jack, from the ultimate.
Well,
Comic
no, I
comic
think it's
store?
obviously Danny couldn't wait to get back into the building in which Samoa Joe told him to quit wrestling and, you know, have a piece of redemption with ropes. I think that's really probably the only thing that can only happen. You know, it's like, where's the end of the yellow brick road? Where's my destiny leading me? I have to go back to the place where Samoa Joe told me to quit wrestling and wrestle, you know, Atticus Kogar or something. So I'm sorry. Go on. Forget that. We'll mute that part.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Let's go back to what we were talking about. We were going back into XPW.
They've announced
Yo, Rob
homicide.
fucking Black is coming on at 8 o'clock. So just hold tight, you heathens. If you want to donate to the program or leave some comments in the chat, we're going to give away some blood cards if you leave comments on the actual
because
video.
you know what? Because Pat talks shit and made me feel bad, I'm now throwing this into.
Oh, a non-damaged
Made you feel
card.
bad?
A non-damaged.
Made you feel bad?
No, come on.
Yeah,
don't
Pat
do
makes
it,
me
Frank.
feel bad. He's a piece of shit.
Oh, bro, fuck your feelings, bro. Come on.
I'm not
This is the
asking you to
Boulevard
feel bad.
Bullies.
I'm saying I'm adding something.
Don't you
now.
feel no kind of way besides a member? You're a fucking member.
I
So,
am a
yo,
member.
Rob is going to be on at 8 o'clock. That's in 20 minutes. So these cards right here, all you have to do is comment in the actual YouTube video. It's an actual giveaway. Usually the giveaway is really more of a fucking giveaway where you have to donate. But this, all you have to do is comment in the actual video. And I'm just going to fucking scroll through, bang, 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 and we're going to pick somebody, free shipping, 3
Bang, bang,
cards.
bang.
Everything's cool. So, yo, Larry, tell me from your insider's perspective, before the Marks, Brian and Sean showed up, tell me about your XPW experience. Tell me about your drive and who you met up with. Did you get any delicious cuisine on the way to the building? Little Chinese food annex? Walk us through it before you pass it off to Brian and Sean.
It was a very rushed travel day for me. The Hardcore Hillbilly happened to be my road dog for this trip. Hardcore Hillbilly flew into Baltimore, Washington International. And because I'm a good brother and I was leaving Baltimore in the afternoon for South of Heaven, I told him if he Ubered over to my house, then, we could shove off together. We did. We had traffic, and I didn't end up getting to the Hard Ballroom till around 6 o'clock. And let me tell you something.
Classic
Rob
Larry.
Black was not
Classic.
well. I mean, I've been doing it for 20 years, and I'm coming from Baltimore to wherever the show is. So Rob was not happy about that. The Hardcore Hillbilly made the trip very, very fun because he talked.
He seems like a great
lot.
guy to talk to.
He talked a lot, and I
Hell yeah.
listened. I listened, and then towards the end we listened to Cornette. But anyway, I got there. Rob Black was not happy.
Wait,
I
what
got
does
myself together.
Hardcore Hillbilly think of Cornette?
He wasn't really that interested in Cornette. He kind of talked over it.
Oh,
the
so you
entire time
forced
that
it
I
on
played
him.
it.
You're like, yo, bro,
Well,
listen to
I
this.
kind of wanted to hear if there was any new Cornette out. Like I don't get a chance to look at shit. So I was like, let me see if Cornette's saying anything. And it was some old shit I'd already heard. And I didn't care. So I just let it play. And Hardcore Hillbilly just kept on spinning yarns. But anyway, got there, got my pics with Slava. And before you knew it, I was downstairs and they were screaming. And I'll tell you one thing. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save that for the show. I'm going to save that for when the guest comes on. But yeah, it was bananas.
So now-
it was absolutely bananas.
Just like Grand Theft Auto 5. where you
Hold on, real quick.
I had such a
also
good
wanna
transition
say-
set up. Okay, go ahead.
I know, dude, but there's things that I've got to say too because I'm Larry fucking Legend. So I had done a show the night before in DC, A
Right.
Matter of Pride,
Okay.
a LGBTQ show. Just like you shouted out Outlaw on Thursday, I got to shout this show out because 7 years long, 7 years strong, drag, burlesque, and pro wrestling has been married. And we celebrated in DC with WWE Hall of Famer Melina. So
One of the
put that
best.
all into
One of the best.
perspective.
One of the
Put
best.
that all into perspective. Fuck that, Pat. I'm not done. Put that all into perspective for everything that I just said to you about my travel with the Hardcore Hillbilly, getting there late, and Rob Black not being happy about that, and then being Larry Legend for 3+ hours. And now we're doing the podcast. You go, Pat.
Larry, please don't yell at me. I was just going to make a Grand Theft Auto 5 reference, like when you hit the D-pad, you can go from like Trevor's point of view, then you zoom into Brian's. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I just want to zoom out of yours. I want to get back to Rob possibly yelling
I know,
at
but
you.
I gotta say things too, bro. I understand you're quarterbacking it, but I've got to say things
Okay,
too.
I literally.
And like I understand, like you have these things in your head, like references you want to do, but when I'm talking, like don't do that shit. Let me just fucking finish. That's all. Continue. Let's go.
Okay, cool. Just in
That's
the future, I would ask for you to just not phrase the end of your
But
sentence
like
pop
in my head.
that
Let's
you
get on with South of Heaven.
I would just ask you. I would just ask you moving forward. I would just ask you moving forward. I think
I'm going to
if
talk about
I
Battle of
had
Pride
to ask
too.
you something,
Guys,
I
yelling
would.
at each other here.
Fuck, bro.
Jesus Christ, Larry.
Both of you, relax. And everybody, just focus on South of Heaven. Our guest is coming, and we have to be a family. I feel like we fought last time right before the guest came on, too.
You know what? Rob Black's going to be on in maybe under 14 minutes. You know, and I would just ask that anybody who I throw to for their story, when they're, you know, done telling their story, make a definitive end on it so that I can take it back, throw it to somebody else before they yell at me. Okay?
No yelling.
I'm just saying,
yelling.
Brian, you know what? Whatever. You know what? You wait, Brian. Sean, how was your evening? How did you travel to the show? Tell us everything about this great fucking show.
So I got there. Things weren't as exciting. Then later on, I hear little sirens. So I go outside to investigate. I get out there. There is a fire truck. Here comes another fire truck. So I just whip out my phone and I'm like, here we go. This is newsworthy stuff.
This is the best video ever, by the way.
So I start recording. Hillbilly's coming out, and I start, Hillbilly's here to save the day. So Hillbilly goes in to say how Chad Mins is responsible for sending these said firemen, who weren't really firemen, it turns out, to the Hart Ballroom to mess the show up.
He somehow pulled the fire alarm.
Yeah, I don't know how, but supposedly it was him. Hillbilly said he saw him.
Shannon
Then
says
after
it was
that-
the spooky dust.
And then after that, Shannon was outside to let everyone know that it was okay and it was just the spooky dust. So, you know, it was awesome. I got to get some footage in. It was great.
When you said
That was your favorite part?
Huh?
That was your favorite part, Sean? The whole night. That was your favorite part.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
My favorite
Sean.
part was when I'm watching this video that you sent to the group, and then when you pan over and Shannon is waving her arms and explaining why everything is happening, just as a source, just like as a beacon of light in the dark confusion of the evening. I laughed out loud and lost it. I'm sorry. Take it away, guys.
What was you gonna say,
Sean,
Larry?
Did you see who actually spoke to the firefighters who were entering the Hart Ballroom? Did you see the individual to actually speak to them?
No, I didn't. I did because I came out from the side entrance. So when I got to the front from the side, they were already leaving, and that's when I caught the firefighters walking back towards their truck. But Hillbilly let them know that it was all right, and the goddamn smoke got up into the alarm, and you know
dust.
it's all good, and we're just wrestling.
Yeah, dang
They
it.
watched
Oh,
some of the
nice.
show. They watched some of the show.
Yeah.
Nice. So Hillbilly saved the day.
Hillbilly saved the day.
All right, now Grand Theft Auto 5, 10 minutes until Rob Black. We're zooming out. We're coming back into Larry. Larry shows up a little bit late, and you said Rob Black was furious. Is this true? Can we confirm or deny this when he comes on in 10 minutes? Care to give us some insight, Larry? Please don't be mad at me, by the way.
I'm not mad at you. I just have things to say. When I arrived, Rob Black, you know, because I was with Chad Mins the night before at the LGBTQ show. This is very important. But I was
Jesus
with
Christ,
Chad Mins the
Larry.
night before. But Rob specifically said to me, you need to move your ass.
Sounds appropriate.
Well, I mean, it was 6 o'clock. Or what was it, 7, Brian? What time did the show
It
start?
might have
8?
been. The show started at 8.
Doors were at 7.
You were definitely. I mean, there was. It's like traffic is traffic, but I would say that you were later than.
Brian, what time are you there? 2 p.m.?
No, I got there at 4:30.
Wow.
Okay, 4:30.
You'd think that the ring announcer would like follow suit.
Dude, I get there and I do what I do.
I don't need to follow any suit.
Brian, when you got there, did Rob Black tell you to move your ass?
Why would he tell me to move my ass?
Sean, and did you travel with your brother? How did you arrive? When did you arrive? Tell us about your time.
Sean was late too. Sean was. You got there before it started.
I was late. I got there around like 7:15.
You
My
were
brother
having
got
dinner
there
with
prior.
Kevin Nash. You had a brunch with Kevin Nash.
No. I didn't go to dinner
What?
because
He canceled to come hang out with
He
me.
had a dinner, dude. He had like a gentleman's dinner
yo,
plan.
what are you talking
What?
about?
He had like a steak
What's
and
going on
Jimmy's.
here? What?
He had a Jimmy's
What are you
seafood
talking-
thing going on, dude.
Jimmy
Sean,
Seafood.
you met with Big Sexy?
Listen. When I met with Kevin Nash now in the past, it's neither here or there. Pat, what are you talking about?
Well, I just heard from my sources at whatever convention, the Big Top Circus event, NYC, that Sean was rubbing elbows and about to go out to like a nice Jimmy's seafood type of Uncle Jack's steakhouse situation.
Listen, I got there.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second.
second.
Wait a damn second here. Wait a second.
Oh, shit.
What's up, motherfucker?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by Schlack, who, by the way, I told you right here last week that this motherfucker was about to pull a Hulk Hogan and selfishly Schlack himself into the shit. And that's exactly what he did. New XPW champion.
Double
Ladies and
champ,
gentlemen,
brother.
Schlack.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, obviously, I do whatever the fuck I want when I want, Pat.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. You
Infiltrated.
lied to me. And you lied to me.
Well, come on, I got it. It's for the benefit of the show. Come on, dude. You gotta know everything.
You called me a
Bad
smart
news?
mark, but really I'm just smart.
Listen, dude. You see this belt here in my
Yes.
truck right now? I'm in my truck about to go to the gym, but I carry the belt wherever the fuck I go. Both belts, by the way.
It's like
In my target belt.
Target bags.
Fuck you, dude.
Yo, Brian, that card with the rip, that is a collector's item, dude. That's
You're
more
fucked
of
up,
a-
dude.
I
Get
knew
out
it.
of my
I
face.
fucking knew it.
It is not a
Listen.
collector's item. It
Yes,
wasn't
it
ripped.
is.
It was not ripped. No,
It
it's
is collect-
ripped, bro.
yes.
It
Look at
was
that blood.
ripped in mid-production of the card
Yeah,
being.
because
Exactly.
all those
Exactly.
other 49
Exactly.
people, they're only
Okay.
exactly.
So
Those
whatever
other-
it is, goddammit, whoever gets this card happily gets a collector's item.
the
then,
other
goddammit.
49
Because
people.
I don't like my card ripped. I don't want my fucking blood ripped. All right, I want my blood.
Okay, Brian,
full
okay.
The
full
other
blood.
the other 49 people are going to get $20 on eBay for their Dr. Redacted
I don't
card.
want to sell
That
it.
card's going to be
I'm not
worth
selling it.
22.
The rarest
Get out
of the
of my
rare.
Yeah, that card's
It's
going to be
rare,
worth
dude.
21.50.
It's rare. It's rarer.
It's not rare because
rarer.
it's damaged. It's not rare because it's damaged. It's damaged.
Schlack, how does
So-
it
But
feel?
how it was damaged
So,
and it's
If I
producing.
break this, does it make it more?
you didn't, but you
fucking
didn't produce
special.
it.
Break it.
You didn't make that shit. Whatever you're about to break, someone made that shit and made it the way that it is. That's making it a collector's item.
Defective.
And then producing
Defective.
It and
It's
getting the blood
defective.
ripped, that makes
All
it
right,
special.
all right, guys. Ladies
Defective.
and gentlemen,
Defective item.
please
Listen,
welcome to the
It's
show.
custom.
I disagree. It's not custom. It's ripped.
Custom.
Schlack, how does it feel
All right, yo,
being...
wait, hold. Yo, would a man with 2 goddamn championship belts lie to you?
Hey.
With man with 2 championship
You
belts.
just have a different opinion. You have a different
No.
opinion.
He has a championship opinion, one that you don't have, Brian.
Brian, you
Kinsler.
don't have a championship
Credit to
opinion.
God, listen to a champ when
Your
he speaks
name
to
is
you.
literally Bad Take.
That's my name. I stay true to my name.
Here's
That's my name.
a great analogy. That guy up in Canada who bought all of the old CZW belts. Do you think that he was like, I wish the Ultraviolet Championship plates weren't cracked because then it would be like a mint condition belt? No, because while people actually held that belt, it got all fucked up. That makes it even more expensive than if you
but
got a mint
this-
condition version of that belt.
That belt has
That's
a
all I'm
tenure.
saying. That's an analogy.
This card was just ripped, though.
All right.
It wasn't
It
used
wasn't,
by
though,
Dr.
Brian.
Redacted in special matches. It was just ripped by the guy handling the goddamn card.
Yo, Schlack,
God
can you
damn,
talk to me
Brian.
like I'm a guy who didn't watch this show, and so I thought it was going to be Body versus Alex Colon, but apparently
Okay, you want me
instead,
we'll start with that phrase right there. You want me to talk to you like
just
you're a guy that did? Are you ready? Then why the fuck didn't you see the show, you fucking asshole?
I'm doing it for the viewers. I'm doing it for the. Of course, I saw the show. Of course, I watched the show. I'm doing it for the viewers. So the body was supposed to fight Alex Colon. And of course, as we discovered last week, you were going to Hulk Hogan him. But instead, the body fought Siddiqa or some shit.
Blue
No,
Dark,
Blue
Dark
Shaitan.
Shaitan.
Whatever.
Can you explain it all to me, please? Just break it down for me.
I thought you saw the show, Pat. You're fibbing?
He's a fibber. He's a fibber.
No,
he's
I'm
a
saying
big
I'm
fibber.
speaking
He's
in
not
the,
a big.
I'm speaking in the
doesn't watch it
tones
all
of
like
people
us.
who might just be tuning in who didn't see the show. I'm just trying to act like those people.
All right.
So break it down for me, please, Schlack.
Okay, well, the body was supposed to wrestle Alex Colon for the championship belt, heavyweight championship belt, but I broke
Why?
light tubes over the back of his head and tortured him while he was in gorilla fucking position. Then I hurled his unmanly corpse into the fucking wrestling floor, and I came out and I had to lay the fucking law down. Possibly, like, that's not going to happen because it might rain again this Saturday coming up. But that's a whole other
Right.
laying the law. Did you get that one?
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah. I got it. Yeah.
Prepare
It
for
might
war.
not
So,
happen.
I, took it into my own hands because Schlack does whatever the fuck he wants, whenever the fuck he wants, and I made an impromptu challenge that I deserve over the body because he's lost about 6 or 7 matches in a row, and I just
You
took
just
the
fucking beat him.
ass on the floor, and I took it upon my hands to challenge Alex Colon, and I took the XPW belt back to fucking XPW so it doesn't float around to all these other promotions flamming around.
Interesting. So that's another question that we're going to ask Rob, who, by the way, probably, why don't you just hang out? We could do 5 people. You just hang out with Rob, just make sure he doesn't get angry at me. That would be great.
Larry already got angry, so it's possible. Anything's possible.
Right. Well, now that
Larry gets angry.
The only I only signed for 10 minutes on my contract per week.
Right. Anytime, anywhere. That's what the contract says.
And this is in my truck right now, about to go in the gym. This is our,
I noticed that you now have windows in your truck. What brought that about? Is it the money and power that comes from being the dual champion?
I mean, dude, I'm getting checks.
That's right.
No, this is a Ford Ranger 2011, I believe.
That you stole.
I had to drive up to Long Island to buy the fucking thing off of an old man. He used to use it to run parts to the fucking.
So what happened to the windowless van? Is that
I had
gone?
to get rid of it. It was a windowless van.
What are you gonna do with it?
Shoot, and you know what? The back windows had like chains on them.
I know. I haven't gotten past Target, bag for my belts, but at least we have.
Well,
windows
no,
in
actually, honestly, I kind of think you're a sellout because now you got windows, you got Target bags. Next I'll see you with like 2 front teeth, dude. Fuck is this?
What do you think? I'm a millionaire?
Yo, this guy's gonna get implants.
What do you think? What do you think? You're burying me because you got all your teeth?
I'm just
He's
saying,
gonna get veneers.
dude. I mean, I would buy that windowless van in a second. You should have hit me up. I would have fucking taken that off your hands.
Were you ever in my Monte Carlo, Pat, before the van?
No, but that sounds awesome.
My Monte Carlo.
I had an 88 Monte Carlo Super Sport, flat black with spray paint, dude. It was like the ultimate white trash assault vehicle, dude. Had no muffler. It was a V8, loud and obnoxious. It was awesome.
Yo, before you go into the gym and get some fucking, what do they call them? Reps? Before you do some reps, who's going to be the first person? Who do you got your eye on that you want to defend against?
This motherfucker didn't see the fucking.
You didn't see the show.
All right, Brian, why don't you take it away? Final question for Schlack.
What you want me? Now you want me to ask him a question? Now you put me on the spot.
Put him on the spot.
All right, Sean. Sean always has good questions. Sean, final question
Well,
for Schlack.
At the end of your match, we seen you, just brutally attack from behind. Can you give us any report on what was that about and why?
I don't know what the fuck kind of judge operates like that. I thought, oh, you know what? One that operates in the United States judicial system in the year 2000.
There you go. The ultimate heel.
All right,
Pieces of shit.
Larry, final words, comments, concerns for Schlack and his now windowed van.
Highfalutin.
His highfalutin.
Any interest in us bringing in Riddle?
Matt. I'm not against it. How about Schlack versus Riddle?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I love that.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. We got Nikki.
I mean,
Yeah. I want to see his feet in the glass.
You just love Matt Riddle, Larry. You're just attracted to the boy.
You just want to see him around, Larry.
I mean, I want to see him. I used to see him all the time.
First on the list, though, Santana Jackson, that punk motherfucker.
Yes, let's get that on too.
I swear to God, if
Let's get that on,
Santana
too.
Jackson doesn't challenge you in Las Vegas, he ain't worth his weight. Disgusting.
I'm gonna.
Schlack,
Like,
I said before, man, let's just show up to one of his residency shows. You jump on stage, we record it, you challenge him, and just drop him through the damn stage there.
Let's just go around beating up every Michael Jackson impersonator.
Until I find Santana Jackson.
Yeah. Are you Santana? Bang!
Damn,
No.
if only we still had Johnny Carlo.
Toothless vagrant attacks random Michael Jackson impersonator.
TMZ. Dude.
Right.
Yeah,
Bring
100%.
him.
Everybody, be sure to DM, comment, or, just bother Dirty Ron constantly, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that you need to, in Las Vegas, see Schlack versus Santana Jackson. And, of course,
Let's get it on.
the Boulevard
Word up.
Bullies 6-man tag match, of course.
Yeah, we'll be there. If that match goes down, we will all be there. Every last one of us.
I believe that show is December 9th, by the way.
Sad
make it
season.
happen.
Let's get it.
Sad
Let's
season.
get
Let's
it.
go.
I got business out there. I'm supposed to be doing Crimson Crown Wrestling on December 10th.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Schlack, I
split
have a
that
question.
flight.
I got a quick question for Schlack. Schlack, we've seen Don Moff have 2 appearances here in Newark. Any thoughts on having a bout with him to defend that XPW championship?
Absolutely, dude.
Ooh,
Every time I fucking wrestle
two
that guy,
Brahma Bulls.
it is CTE heaven.
Yeah. That real
think
bite the
Newark-
rope shit.
Newark is
Because-
very fitting for a bout like that.
We're both too goddamn fucking stupid to back down.
So will the belts be defended separately on different shows, or will you defend like both belts at the
He's
same
gonna
time?
defend him at the same damn time.
Same time?
Two goddamn belts at the same goddamn motherfucking time.
Fuck yeah, which makes every match a fucking King of the Death match.
Yeah,
Mhm,
double
mhm.
champ, motherfucker.
That's awesome.
Love it.
So the number 1 contender is Eric Ryan.
Currently, yes.
That's
Like I
cool.
said-
Who has me announce him as the undisputed King of the Death? You know that. That's how Eric Ryan requests to announce him because he's a 2-time IWA King of the Death match winner.
Oh, I know that. And one of those was over me with interference by Ricky Shane Page, the Bev, and Atticus Koger. So we got a fucking score to settle. Don't worry about it.
Ooh, I love it.
Feedbacks are a bitch. Different company, Eric.
Hey.
Yeah. He might not be able to have all of those 440 cronies around him on Rob Black's watch.
Yeah. By the way, I was talking to Rob Black, and he's like super crazy frazzled because he got a flat on his car, and he had
He said he was going to be late.
yeah, he had to get picked up by Tom Byron. So he's been scolding Tom Byron the whole time, but he will make it.
Oh, man.
He's
No,
coming.
he's gonna
He's
be on-
coming.
He just was telling me to say something.
Oh, wow. So
thanks
he
for-
sent
thanks
you.
for
You
letting
didn't
me
even.
He sent in the Schlack.
You didn't even do it out of the kindness of your hearts. Rob sent you.
No.
Ah, all right, cool. I thought we had like a thing going.
It's the
Yeah,
thought
I
that
got
counts.
10 minutes a week here, bro. We're way past 10 fucking minutes.
That's true. That's
You're
true.
eating,
Overtime,
you're eating my
overtime.
pumping iron time.
Schlack, what's a normal target purchase for you, being that you kept the tote bag to hold the championships? So what's a normal target run for you?
I'm gonna be honest. The only reason I go to Target is to get like ape and trash bags and shit like that.
Do they have a grocery section?
I go to, there's like a super Walmart near me. I go to the fucking super Walmart, but I get all my meat at the butcher. I don't, because the fucking meat in Walmart's like grade D. You know what I mean? So I just get all like, fucking pork rinds.
Don't you just grind your own meat, Schlack?
Oh yeah, I mean, I eat human.
He's a human meat grinder.
Right.
All right, everybody say bye, Schlack.
Bye.
Thanks for coming,
Bye,
Schlack.
bye. Thank you, Schlack.
Bye. At the same goddamn motherfucking time.
2 belts.
Yeah. See you at TOD if it happens.
Oh, jeez.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
Well, folks, we've been updated that Roberto Negro had
Flat tire.
a flat tire.
News to
Now
me.
I got a flat tire. You guys ever seen Crybaby? No. All right. Well,
Is that
anyway,
John
get on
Waters?
Johnny Depp?
yeah.
John Waters?
So, Brian,
John-
you have the
Johnny Depp.
XPW card. We have some time, and I'm glad that we do, because now we can give our own opinions without the pressure of Rob Black. Brian, run us through the XPW card that you I'd be hearing in the chat that you actually were coming. You just did shrooms for the journey to the show, and then by the time the show ended, that you were ready to.
I mean, he's a bully, Brian. You knew what
I'm just reading the chat.
I usually get in trouble for revealing.
Well, I mean, it is our final episode, so I just want to know, like, tell me.
It's
tell me
always our final episode.
Right,
Oh, that's right. Shoot. So tell me about the card. You have the card in front of you. Let's walk through it.
Yeah. So it started off hot.
And Larry, feel free to jump in with behind the scenes tales.
I got nothing to say.
Oh, wow.
Tarzan.
Oh, now he's
Tarzan.
I'm kidding.
Our personal champion Tarzan versus JJ Allen started off the night with that insane spot that's went viral with I don't know if it's I don't even understand really what it is.
He just cut his arm off. Just cut the guy's arm off.
I don't know. A lot of people are saying that it's like a prosthetic, but I don't ever know how they would do that.
A prosthetic hand?
No, like they put makeup on his or whatever it is.
Like the one-armed man from The Fugitive?
Listen. Do you want me to reveal it?
Yes.
Yeah,
I was watching an old Friday the 13th, and they had like Tom Savini talking about how he did like a machete slit of a guy's throat, and the machete actually had a retractable part right around where it was gonna cut through the guy's throat, and there was like, I don't know how the blood, but that's what that reminded me of. But I cannot confirm that that's what that was.
So you're not 100%. This is your theory. It's a theory.
It's a theory.
I'm saying, who knows? I know that it went viral, and I couldn't believe what I saw. And when Ron Mimi and I were commentating, we couldn't really see what was going on. We just saw a sawing motion.
I didn't know until after.
Yeah, Larry, I kind of feel the same way what you're saying. It has to be something like movie prop, very movie prop graded, because on camera it looked very real.
I will say, I mean, even if
I thought it was done very well. It was done very well, whatever it was. Yeah.
The fact that it's done so well, I feel like that should they should do more shit like that. I think that shit's awesome. I like Andy Lawler says that Andy Lawler made a comment about he's not like.
I won't take a ripped card. Once the special effects now of a movie.
What the hell does that have to do with the card? What's that with the card?
Well, hold on, Brian. Hold on, because some may say, "Oh, I'm at a fucking extreme show. I don't want no fucking prop shit. If you're gonna cut a motherfucker's arm, cut it."
Well,
that seems like something Brian would say. That
to
seems
be
like
fair, they were doing other they were bloody as fuck. What they might have did the one sick fake over the top spot, but it looked like people don't know if it is or isn't. Like it's a theory. We don't know what the fuck it is.
I feel like Tarzan
so they did it well enough.
More
shit should be done where you don't know if it is or isn't, and I like it.
Tarzan
it has
would
nothing to
be
do with
the
the ripped
number.
goddamn card.
He's kind of like a
Tarzan would be
magician. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
he'd be the
just
number
saying,
one
like, there are
suspect
certain
in a
things-
Scream movie.
It looked insane. I mean, just the angles of the footage looks sick, and more shit like that should be done.
It was a great match.
Yeah, the whole
Way to
match
open
was
the
insane.
show, right? Way to open the show. JJ came out with the weed whacker pat, and he's just like, and it was just getting everybody just like so excited.
Tarzan
And
smoked
then-
2 blunts.
And then Tarzan
Two
also
fucking
took a
two
pretty
blunts.
gnarly shot to the head with a gusset. I don't know if you guys seen, but he looks like a Who character from Dr. Seuss. His face
Was that
is pretty.
from? That was from the XPW show.
I don't know, but his face is pretty swollen. I'm not sure if it's from the shots to the head with it or
I
what.
saw the Who. I saw the Who face.
Yeah.
Looks like it sucked.
Larry, what was your favorite match to announce? Like, just based on the energy in the ring when you, dabbled and participated.
Did y'all notice there were a lot of like chaos starts to matches?
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of matches where I wasn't actually really able to do my thing because all of a sudden the match like
Yes,
began.
yes.
So those actually were my favorite, Pat, because those were ones where I had to just kind of move with the drama and the action happening and get in where I fit in as an announcer and then get over to the table. Those ones were for me. So Mickey versus Tessa and Schlack versus Alex, I would say equally were kind of like just the most fever pitch for me as an announcer, as a performer to be a part of. Uh-oh.
Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, I was muted, sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the man who survived a flat tire on his way to being on the show, the man who created many, many moons ago XPW and put a different vibe on the entire fucking thought process of counterculture and independent wrestling. And then guess what? Everyone said, oh my God, phew, thank God that shit's fucking out of here. Well, guess what? He's back. Rebirth, bitch. Now I'm a dad. I got 2 kids and a beautiful wife, and you can't bother me and tell me I'm depraved because I'm just a normal guy living in a house, doing videos, and also re-emerging the fucking disgusting, depraved counterculture wrestling that we've always wanted. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Roberto Negro Noah Robert Black.
My son.
XP.
That's my son's
W.
intro.
Sorry, I just made that all up.
Welcome.
That now
Freestyle.
that was a hell of an intro.
It's my kid.
Thanks. I'm just trying my best.
Larry, I want an intro like that.
I mean, he fucking stole my thunder. He stole my goddamn thunder.
Yeah. Hopefully this is gonna come through for you guys. Just because I don't know why. So I the times that I've done and I haven't done it a lot, the Skype type shit. Sometimes the connection on my end is funky, but we'll
Right now
see.
you're good. Right now you're good. You're good to
You're
go.
seeming good. You're seeming proper.
Hubert, what's up?
How you doing? Good to see you.
Rob, what did it feel like to have Juberg sweep in the glass at the end of the show in the Hart Ballroom? Did that feel good?
Absolutely
Well-
unbelievable.
I broke
Well-
a barricade. I felt bad.
Well, Juberg and Jugs have actually swept before.
Oh my God.
So
Double
They- I
sweeping.
mean-
We help.
They're
We help.
sweepers.
The man lets us
Oh
sell our
my
merch. God damn it!
Oh my
This
God.
unappreciative fucking bastard over here.
How
Yeah.
is this the
and it's
first
nice.
time I'm
It's
hearing
nice.
of?
I mean, it is nice. Huh?
I can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing of Gins and
Well, this is the first time that I saw it. I saw it myself. And
They
I was
talk
like,
shit.
you
Look
want me
at
to-
these guys. They talk shit to me, Rob. They hate on me.
Well,
They
he's
hate on me.
basically
I know.
he's basically the
mittens.
mittens. He's the mittens of XPW. Would you agree,
Suck
Rob?
my dick, dude.
You
You're
know,
so rude. You're so. Mittens is a nice guy too.
and truthfully, I don't know enough about the whole kind of mittens and all that bullshit to give a Ginsburg comparison. So
Don't
He's
compare
a
me
good-
to that.
he's a good
God damn
guy.
it.
I seem to be I seem to like I don't know the Italian and the I have a lot of Jew friends. I don't know what it is. It's the Italian thing, I guess. I don't
We
know.
get along. We get along.
Well, remember, my industry, the adult industry, is controlled, and I mean, it's a little different now, obviously, because the business.
Please
changed,
don't go on to say. Please, please don't go on to say what you were about to say.
That the porn
No,
industry
well,
is controlled by the Jews
yeah.
and Italians.
Hey. Rob Black, everybody. It's our final show.
Right.
It's our final show with Rob Black. He said his connection would be wonky, but it's crystal clear. Thank God. Thank God. Larry, take it away. Please bring this back on the rails.
I mean, he's just speaking facts, and that's the reason that Rob is such a polarizing person, and why it's so easy to get into his podcast. Remember, when I first joined XPW, I wasn't really listening to the podcast as much, but Juberg up there, Gins, one take was like, Larry, you've got to listen. You've got to listen. And now I religiously
We came for Larry, though. We came for Larry, and then this just opened my eyes to the world.
And Sean, how did you get involved in all this nonsense?
Larry.
Rob, do you want to speak a little bit about what it's meant to have such a former boat owner and anchor, such as a personality of Larry, run your shows, and how it's changed XPW?
Help run the shows, Pat. Help run the shows. I help.
Even though he shows up at 6:30.
Normally he is earlier, but yeah, this last show
Said that.
the motherfucker didn't like and he's like, I'm here.
Yeah, because I knew everyone was like, where the fuck's Larry? I knew everyone was like, where the fuck is Larry? So I just was like, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
We can start now. Let's go.
So what does it mean to have Larry?
Again, I wasn't fully I wasn't very familiar with Larry's work, and Schlack was like the cheerleader. He was like, you gotta, if you could get Larry, you got. And I was like, okay. And then I started to look at what he does, and I was like, it's pretty cool. And then we stopped talking about it because he was with Danny, and again, yes, we all use certain people. Eric Ryan is work for everybody. There's various people that work for everybody, and Larry works for Danny. And my feelings, then I told Schlack, was, listen, I don't want the product to look like an ICW type feel. I said, so if the time ever comes, we could revisit it. And then the time came, and me and Larry talked. And I remember that first show we did. Within like 10 minutes, I was like, all right. I was like, yeah, this is good. This is going to be good. We're going to be able to go and do a lot of stuff. And then it just kind of, went from worship to friends, and now it's different. Now, yes, it's work, but the friendship thing kind of seeped in. So it's good. It's good. I like hanging out with Larry. I like I appreciate him, and nobody in our orbit is gonna move his shit.
Hell yeah, yo!
Larry's been on another level in XPW.
He might get his shit pushed in, but he would like that.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I really. Right, that's what I came for.
I have one more question, then I'm going to turn it over to the lads. My question is, I think the thing, if I was in your shoes, Robert, I would say the thing that makes me want Larry is
I lost you.
Okay, hey, you here?
There
Yeah,
you go.
we're freezing a little
Yeah.
bit, but I think more or less it's good. So we're just gonna power through.
All right.
But the thing that I think really makes Larry at XPW great is the exclusivity, and I think that the thing that makes XPW great also is the exclusivity. You know, like there are certain people you're gonna see at XPW who you ain't gonna see anywhere else. Is that something that you like, you know, try to do on purpose, or is that just like a natural thing where you are kind of like, I don't know, Valley of Misfit Toys just by randomness, or do you try to do it?
I mean, listen, I get heat. I've gotten heat. It's a never ending heat in the sense of 20.
Oh shit.
3 years I got for doing the exact same thing with trying to get guys to be somewhat exclusive or at least being more selective as to what we're doing. And I got a lot of shit for that. And here we are, you know, all these years later, and I get the same amount of shit. And it boggles my mind that people don't understand what we're doing or what I'm trying to do. And I can't figure out if the people are just that fucking retarded or if they understand it and they're just bitter. You know what I mean? Like how do you not understand that if you have 3 or 4 or 5 different performers and they are only with you in certain areas, how is that not beneficial and build those characters to, you know, a different level of indie? You know, again, we're still in the indie world, but it builds them to a different level. And the fact that people get fucking bent on it boggles my mind. So I guess that's a long explanation to your question, but it's completely on purpose.
Yeah.
You know,
Hell yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know,
I wonder if
I would assume that it's probably harder now. You know, in 2000 and I don't know, forgive me, 1, 2, 3, where you had XPW's wrestlers throwing up the X at ECW. It's probably a lot harder now with all of the Twitter, you know, cults and the, you know, pitchfork people. I mean, how would you just give one thought about the difference between then and now? I mean, you're basically doing the same shit, just like hostile takeover, aggressive creativity. You know, what's the difference between then and now? Besides the obvious shit with Twitter.
Well, as far as the attitude with you know, talent or
yeah,
promoters,
like how to interact with other promoters, because there are so many more promotions now. You know what I mean. Whereas before, you're just going up against one alternative. You know.
Yes, but no. So yes, there's a lot more. But if you're talking about the ones that get the publicity, there's still only a handful, or at least the publicity in this little niche of a niche world. And very similar to 22 or 23 years ago. Obviously, you had ECW, but you also had CZW, and you had Ring of Honor. And you had the attempted Pato Ring of Honor. So you had the Feinstein fucking Ring of Honor. So you still had okay, we're running shows in Philly, and I don't want you guys to work for CZW. You know, and then all of a sudden there's craziness there. So it's still very similar. I don't get 23 here, and all Danzig could do is talk about me. All Danzig could do is, you know, he goes to a fucking his own Hall of Fame induction, and the first thing he says is, "Fuck Rob Black, fuck Rob Black." But it's like, bro,
3 times,
really?
You
dude,
love
3
that.
times.
You loved that.
Oh, I do.
You
Of
loved
course
when
I
that
do.
happened.
But it's like, wow, bro, really? After all these years, and you're still like, oh, he cost me this much money, and he did. It's like, wow. All right. So all right, whatever.
All right, I'm
But,
opening
hey.
up for the lads. Larry, take it away, Daddy.
Yeah.
Come on, Larry,
So-
get in there.
So what? Yeah, if you would let me talk. God damn it, bro.
God damn it, Larry.
Yeah. I mean, I
Let it.
shut
I
up
said
and
it.
let me
I said I
talk.
just had to finish
All
what I
right,
was
guys. Not while our guest is here.
saying. God damn it, Larry.
Rob, back in the day, I remember learning recently that you and Brett almost met up with each other. I learned that you and Brett almost met up with each other this past WrestleMania at that hotel. But for some reason, you were taking your time and Brett got tired of waiting and the meeting never happened. My question is, back in the day, the early aughts, was there ever any time where you would meet with Feinstein or Zandig or any of these old promoters like Heyman, to be like, hey, let's do some shit? Was there ever like any of that back in the day?
Well, remember, if God, I've spoken about the history a lot, and we obviously don't have the time to go into it on the Blvd Bullies, but me and Heyman were working. We were talking about working together. We met a bunch of times. We were coming up with, they were at that tail end where Paul needed money. And we were talking about how to advertise Extreme Associates on ECW. But how do you do it in a sneaky way? And back then, phone sex was still a big thing.
Village Voice.
And sex would play
Paul
late
Heyman phone
late
sex.
at
I'm
night,
hearing what you're saying.
and
Paul Heyman phone sex.
He's doing what
Yeah.
he's
Sorry,
doing.
sorry.
Paul Heyman phone sex. So the concept was you get somebody to basically have the phone sex number, and you could get away with it because everybody was doing it back then. But that phone sex would lead them to the Extreme Associates website,
Genius.
where then they could buy the
Oh, okay.
products mail order that I went to fucking prison for. So that's what we were talking about. And then we were talking about distributing ECW tapes worldwide because Paul didn't have distribution as far as the foreign market. And I had a company in Brazil. And so we had talked about how to pump out ECW product into Brazil and into Italy and Germany and shit like that. So that's how me and Paul started. And Bubba Ray or Mark, whatever the fuck he goes by, put the introduction to because they sponsored our store, or our store sponsored them when ECW came to Rochester. So we originally had talked about working together. And then there was a breakdown, and that's when I decided, well, fuck it. I'll just start my own wrestling. And the company was always supposed to be XPW. What did the X stand for? It was the X Factor, which basically, if you guys know, Wrestling Society X is basically XPW.
Right.
So Wrestling Society X with the big X, on their belt. That was an extension of XPW. XPW was X, the X Factor. So when somebody goes, what does XPW stand for? It means X, the X Factor, or X-ray, adult. But when the Heyman thing went south, I said, X is going to mean extreme. And I'm going to piss them off. And that's how it started.
That's legendary.
That's dope.
So again, it was a purpose. I did it on purpose to fucking be a cunt, and you know, I mean, I don't. That's what we did back then. You know, we were cunts. So, and I knew they were in trouble, and I knew they would be. They were getting ready to go out of business. So I was like, well, we'll be the only extreme standing. So that was that.
And was
That
and
answers the question, Larry.
Yeah, and was the old school beef with Zandig because basically you ran the 2300 arena, and in his eyes, the 2300 arena was the CZW arena? Was that where that started?
Well, it started because I locked the arena up. So when we went in there and I made the deal with Roger, I leased the entire building. It was like $10,000 a month, and we were the only. And that way I controlled it. I run in there, and who couldn't? So I said, Zandig, you're not running in here no more. Fuck you. Ring of Honor, you're not running. Nobody's running in here except XPW. But it only lasted a couple months because I got busted. So that was around the time that I got fucking indicted and I got raided, and I had to come up with millions of dollars to defend myself, which eventually was worthless because I went to fucking prison anyway. So, you know, I might as well save the money and went to prison versus blowing it all. But that was the beef. It was over the 2300 arena and me making it exclusive. Remember, you know that we painted it black. Remember, Larry, that fucking inside was black, the floor was black. We fucking painted that black. We did that for fucking TV. And what's his name? Pancos. Oh,
yep.
Michael Pancos. Still talks about it. When I was there for Klein Rock's Lucha show, Pancos is like looking at me. He goes, I still can't believe you made us paint this whole fucking place. I was like, because there's still parts of the place that's black in the back.
They kept with it. It's still all black. They did the renovations, but all those camera walls are all black still.
So
dark ass room.
You know, we came in and we were like, we needed black. You know, that way if there's not a lot of people, you kind of get that black void.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
You know?
So is that
just like the ring? Like the ring.
Yeah.
Is that what you tried to do? Is that what you tried to do with Heart Ballroom? Let's go exclusive for like a year.
What?
With Heart Ballroom.
What about it?
On the East Coast, XPW runs Heart Ballroom, and that was the beef. Is that you stole that from Danny? Did you try to do the same thing? As like put down a year's worth of rentals?
Well, I did, but it wasn't. I didn't tell her. I didn't tell the girl there that runs it. I didn't say to her, "You can't rent to Danny." I could have. I could have been a real. Listen, bro. I could have been a real fucking cunt.
So you weren't even a cunt.
Yeah, you know when they get bent, it's like, dude, you know, whether it's Larry doing stuff, you know, when I'm not saying I control Larry, but I could easily sit down with Larry and we could have a discussion, and I could say, I don't want you fucking working for Cass. I don't want you fucking doing this.
Fuck Cass.
But I don't. You know, same thing with when those guys go work for Danny in different fucking cities. I could be a fucking piece of shit and fucking say, no. Same thing with CZW. Same thing with dude, I could do that shit with a lot of people. I've got a couple guys that I just want exclusive on. My fucking world champion. Is that such a hard fucking thing to ask? You know, and I think we've done a great job with Schlack this past year to make him the fucking monster that he is. Mm-hmm. It's been over a year since that dude's had his fucking shoulders into the mat. He is a fucking monster. You know, so it benefits him as much as it benefits us.
Yo, so let me throw to Brian. Brian, ask Rob some.
Christ sake.
Ask Rob some.
All right. So is Alex Colon, since he lost the championship, is he still going to be with XPW? Is he still going to wrestle with you guys? Any plans with Alex?
Sure, 100%. 100%. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you're a fucking champion and you're getting T-shirts made and you're getting the fucking trading cards, and you're fucking being able to go into other promotions. Oh, I can't lose. I can't do this. Well, then there's some type of exclusivity there. So if you're not going to do that, I got no fucking problem. We're not going to make you a top tier guy. Why is that such a big fucking problem for everybody? Listen, everybody books their own ways, but I would never, ever take. Listen, this is near and dear to me because I feel that some of the guys that were used to help get her over were some serious heavyweights. And I know wrestling's big, but there's still an element of keeping people strong. What Danny did to Eric Ryan and all those deathmatch legends,
Murdoch,
to
everybody.
fucking job them all to Casey Kirk and basically build Casey Kirk to be this fucking Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair. And all those guys just went along with it. And I was like, yeah, go for it. That fucking built her. That put her over. But they're, okay, now what? And you basically trashed guys like Eric Ryan and some of these other deathmatch guys. I just can't get behind that, bro. If I really wanted to fucking do that, I'd make every fucking guy, every deathmatch legend job to my wife in 10 fucking seconds. Hey, Masada, guess what? 10 seconds, you're fucking getting dropped with a fucking a stink pussy. My wife's gonna rub her pussy under her and then stick it in your face, and then you're gonna fucking pass out and she's gonna cover you. I mean, come on, man. It's like, come on.
All right, let's keep it fair. Sean, you have a question for Rob? We're going around the
some
table.
Of these guys that have put their fucking bodies on the line, huh?
Rob, last night on your show, you mentioned that you were highly influenced on the WWF storylines and how they, just gained your interest in it. How do you compare those storylines and, what you liked back then to what you're putting out for the people to see at home and at the Hart Ballroom like we just saw this past Saturday?
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I grew up on WWF. I went to, listen, you want to talk about being a wrestling fan, I went to WrestleMania 3, or I went to WrestleMania 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, beautiful.
So I went to both in Atlantic City, and I went to the one at the Sky Dome. I was all about WWE. And then a kid that I went to lived in the neighborhood turned me on to Georgia Championship Wrestling. And I remember watching Georgia Championship Wrestling the first time going, this shit's real. This is real. That WWE stuff, that's fake. This is real. Oh my God, this Dusty Rhodes got attacked with a baseball bat in a fucking parking lot. Oh my God. So the influence has always been about storylines. Now, it's a little harder in the indie world of 2023 because you don't have the exclusivity with certain people or all the people. And so you try to build a story. Maybe you do an angle where somebody gets hurt. Obviously, it's not going to work if the guy goes and works for Rev Pro Wrestling or something like that, and he's supposed to be selling an injury. So the storylines that I try to come up with are based on people that I know are not going anywhere. And if we can get a story that's as close to that 90s vibe, that 2000 vibe, that dangerous feel, or that politically correct feel, or that, like, God, they shouldn't be saying that. Now, some people like it and some people don't. It's a different kind of wrestling time. So ultimately, we either conform to what the business is today, or we kind of, carve out our own little path. Now, is that the best way? I don't know. I think XPW and Rob Black are good. And if you didn't like me 20 years ago, there's nothing I could do today to make you like me.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't like storylines that involve, the MAGA Butcher, or Danny, or the MAGA Munch,
Brian.
Christ,
Jesus Christ, Brian.
Stuff like that. If the sluts.
Oh, gee, Brian.
If you don't like that stuff, then we're not for you. But
Right.
like I said, you already don't like me. Like the deathmatch community, this very niche community. You probably got about 40 people that will never be an XPW fan. They don't like XPW. They don't like Rob Black. They don't know me. They've read about me. Maybe I offended somebody in their world 20 years ago. So, if I sat there and went, all right, we're not going to be edgy anymore. We're not going to be, we're going to play the people. It's not like we're going to up our attendance or get more popular because we conform to the people that don't anyways.
Rob.
So it is what it is. And we can only kind of move forward and see if we could get people to kind of come along with us and go, this is a different wrestling.
Before I
and I think, and Sean, real quick,
Yeah, go ahead.
to answer your question, I think what we did at the Hart Ballroom was kind of restart some of the angles that or restart some storylines that we didn't abandon, but we circled back to. Catherine and the Body have been having this little back and forth thing for probably 3 shows, but this is kind of now ramping it up. So.
Yeah, for sure. You could definitely see the direction of where the brand is going and the force behind it. So kudos to you and a great job this past Saturday.
Now, Brian,
thank you, my friend.
I'm gonna steal your question here, Brian, and I'm sorry.
Steal a ball. Steal.
And I want to throw it to Larry too one more time before we let you go, Rob. But there was a very intense comment about somebody who wanted to show up to the show but remain incognito because of like who they were, who they thought they were in the industry. And so I guess my question for you is 2-prong, which is, one, what do you think about people like that who want to come to a show and enjoy XPW, but they're incognito because of whoever their social circle is? And number 2, and most importantly, can I be the heater and stand at the door and sift those people out?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Everybody wants a job at XPW these days. I don't want glory. I just want to be the heater, dude. I want to sift those fucking people out, man. That's it. I don't need to talk. I don't need to be on camera. I just want to sift those motherfuckers out. Is that okay with you 3 too? Is that all right with you guys?
Hey, as long as you're at
I'll do
the
anything, though.
Let's
I'll
go,
do anything
dude.
to
That's
put
the
you
job
back.
I want. Bodyguard, dude. Bouncer.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a shame, but it's like I don't really have a answer or again, it's one of those mind-boggling type of things. But as I've gotten more into the scene, you gotta remember, I did not. This is all new to me. So the way the indies are run now, it's new. The way the little deathmatch scene is in Jersey, and it's only in fucking Jersey, in that little fucking area where everybody is. I'm not used to that. I've never experienced like, yeah, you get some promoters, you go back and forth. But if you're a fan of wrestling, you go to the fucking wrestling. You don't, it's like, well, do you own the company, you fucking retard? Like, who the fuck are you, bro? Like, you're a fan. Go enjoy the wrestling. Oh, wow, fuck that guy. Well, why fuck that?
Well, but Andy Lawler, one of your most loyal fans, posted.
Well, you know what he made? Snuff porn 20 years ago. It's like, really, bro?
Apparently...
How old are you?
Oh, I'm just saying.
Listen, you go like this to these assholes. You go, well, how old are you, bro? And they go, I'm 31. And you go, so basically when I was around, you were fucking 9 years old, you fuckhead. So you're basically going off of what you read.
Yep.
Or what the fuck
like
out
Google.
of here, bro. Yeah, I mean, it's like,
Yo, you know what?
3 months, and then 3 months was like 15 years old sitting in the audience. It's like, the fuck out of here, you fucking idiot.
I am becoming a Rob Black fan. Sorry, Mom. Larry, you got anything else to say?
Trying to tell this guy, Rob. Now I made him understand.
Yeah, I'm befuddled, Brian. I'm trying to just keep, say my prayers and eat my vitamins. Rob Black is making a lot of sense, dude.
I have a very important question for Rob. I need to know your initial reaction to when Kit Osborne struck me in my head.
Yes.
And if we'll ever see Kit Osborne in XPW again.
Probably not. Probably shouldn't.
Shut up, Patrick. I didn't ask you.
What a question.
I don't, you know what? My initial reaction, it's funny because I could tell that Kit was upset. Like, I could tell. Like, I could tell he went, oh, this is a fun spot, and I'll do it. And then he was like, well, this isn't fun anymore. And then he got really fucking upset. But I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, I you know what, man? I definitely at times have more of a laid back attitude with that stuff. Like, when Tessa was going at it with that fan and people backstage were like, oh my God. I was like, dude, she's a big girl. I go, if the guy gets a little funky, she'll fucking punch him in his face. Whatever. It's all good. What are you going to do? Same thing with the Kid Osborne. It was like, I knew it was Jewberg out there. And I know Jewberg is friends with all.
Jesus Christ.
All of us. I know it's Kit Osborne. So it's kind of like, well, if it's a work, it's a work. If it's real, it's real. People's feelings are getting whatever. I don't.
But then obviously you punished him afterwards. And by never booking him again, you punished him by crossing your wrestling son, Brian Ginsburg. Like, Larry is my father, and Brian is your son. So you did, whether it was consciously or subconsciously, you did punish him by never ever booking him again. Tarzan, man.
You know what?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
You know what? I'll give that to you. You're right. Subliminally,
yes,
I punished Kit Osborne to put over Ginsburg.
How dare he?
And I think the real reason. And here's the key. This is the key.
Yes.
The fiance and those big fucking titties.
Yeah, Kid ain't bringing nothing like that to the table. Kid ain't bringing nothing like that to the table. When
my old lady is like,
that's why Rob Black's on this show.
Titties? So, hey, if you got a girl and she's got some redeeming quality to her, that shit goes a long way, and that gets you places.
The business.
Cheers, Cheers to Roberto.
Hey,
it gets you places.
That's why
gets Roberto Negro on this show.
That's why Kid Osborne should have known better.
I'm telling you, it gets you places.
Oh my fucking God, dude.
Will we see?
Take it away. Oh, go ahead, Brian. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Will we see the boy ever again? Well, I feel like I need to see him come back. What if we get a public apology to me from Kid Osborne? A public apology. He still owes me a public apology.
Brian.
Yeah, he
Brian,
does.
Come on, Brian.
He does. He does. It's from the barbed wire
Just
baptism.
let off.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right.
Kid
I don't.
Osborne.
Let's. You know what? If he apologizes to you, those fucking one of those speedos that he wears. You know those pictures you see, and he's got the speedo and he's next to like the other dude. If he wears that speedo and apologizes, he could come back.
So this has to be in the ring.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
Just filmed. Yeah, just filmed.
Yeah,
just
just
film the
film it in
apology.
the speedo.
And by the way,
apology.
everybody, be sure to check out Schlack versus Santana Jackson and Roberto Negro as the third person in our 6-man tag match in Las Vegas on December 9th at the Las Vegas No Ring Show presented by Dirty Ron. Roberto Negro's going to be there. He's already agreed off camera. Larry, take it away. Larry, please take it away.
What show? What?
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Rob, you don't even know. You just booked the show of the year.
You're in the 6-man tag. Larry, take it away.
Fucking tell us about being in the Church of Scientology.
Oh man.
It's what a tax relief.
Can you even talk?
We did it. Me and Martini did it for like 6 months. Okay, do you really want to hear the story?
Tell us the entire story.
Yeah.
Harry's opened the worms. He's opened the can.
Right, so there's a period of time when I was trying to do acting, and I went by the name of Robert Hart, and I had headshots and the whole thing. So I would go on,
Robbie Hart.
yeah, I would go on auditions and like legit auditions, and I got a bunch of like, fucking student in films and indie
This is
bullshit,
awesome.
and I was always playing a gangster. That's what they had me do. So
that's what you are.
I told Martini, I said, you know what? I said, we gotta fucking, if I'm gonna really do this, we gotta go all in. And she's like, what? I go, we gotta become Scientologists. And she's like, are you fucking serious? I go, fuck yeah. So we go to the Scientology, the Celebrity Center. And so that's the fucking one, man. That's the money. So we go there and we get the orientation, and right out of the first day, we get in the elevator, and there's what's her name? The girl from Natural Born Killers,
right,
Juliette
Lewis.
Juliette Lewis.
This is a lie. This story is a
Juliette
lie.
Lewis.
Dude.
Juliette
Get
Lewis.
the fuck
Juliette
outta
Lewis.
here.
So she's in the elevator.
Get out of town, dude.
And I tell Martini, so she gets off at whatever floor. We go to the one floor because we're now starting the beginner's Scientology course. And so we get off the elevator, and as we're walking, I look at Martini, and I'm like, I told you. I go, this is big. This is gonna be big. So we start, and we the first thing, it's like 4 hours, bro, and writing all these things, and I'm like, oh man, I better fucking be the next Brad Pitt, man. This is the shit. I'm like, fuck, bro. I'm like, fucking, what am I, 40? At the time, or 38, maybe 30. I don't even fucking remember. Me and Martini been together now for almost 11 years. I'm 50. So I was like maybe 42, maybe 43. So we get done and blah, blah, blah. So we're doing this now, man. We're going like every other day. We're doing to work towards getting audited, So now they fucking, they invite us to the big org party. It's like an ORG, the thing. So we go there. They're fucking wanting us to donate. I'm like, fuck. Now they want money. We're there. Fuck me, man. I think I kicked them a couple hundred, maybe 3 fazols. I don't know. Something. I don't even fucking remember.
3 fazols.
We have dinner. We do the whole thing. Okay. So we're doing it, and we're doing it, and we're doing it. And all of a sudden, I get called to the basement where they have, like where they discipline. It's like the area.
Dude, keep going, keep going.
So the girl, I go into the thing and the girl starts asking, she goes, we've been going through your file. She goes, so you're in the adult business. I said, I was in the adult. I did that for more. She says, you went to prison. And she starts going through my history. And I'm like, yeah. So she goes, we want you to start taking your classes over at the other Scientology place. And it's on, I think it was on Sunset. It wasn't the fucking one where the celebrities are at. And I'm like,
they sent you to the B location. The B.
Exactly, dude. And I'm like, why? And he's like, you with your past history. And I go, what's wrong with my history? And she goes, well, this is, she starts explaining where the celebrity, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, And I go, okay. And I go, well, will I be there forever? And she's like, well, no. Eventually, we can matriculate you back over to here. And I'm like,
To the main
I'm like,
spot,
okay.
yeah.
So we go back and forth, and I leave, and Martini's upstairs waiting for me. So we leave, and she's like, what happened? And I go, when we get outside, don't worry, when we get out. So we get outside, she goes, what happened? I go, fuck this place. I go, they want us to go to the fucking bullshit.
The minor leagues, AAA.
Right.
I go, what the fuck? They gotta understand the only reason we did this is so I could fucking meet casting agents and I gotta fucking, I don't know, whatever. Fucking
fuck that.
Fucking the Tom Cruise's buddy off, Miss Gibbons. I don't fucking know. I go, I'm here to be a fucking actor. I go, I'm not gonna be a fucking actor over at this other fucking place with a bunch of fucking losers.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, okay, so what does that mean? I go, fuck Scientology, fuck them up their ass, ain't doing this no more.
They sent you to the porn Scientology branch.
Yeah, fucking, fuck them. I went there prepared to do what I gotta do to be in Mission Possible fucking 9.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out Tom Cruise. Thank you. If you're watching, follow Rob Black on all social medias and his podcast and also Blvd Bullies. Rob, are you more of a Tom Cruise or a Nicolas Cage type of guy? Now, you just brought that up. I just thought of that right off the cuff.
Tom fucking Cruise.
TC, huh?
And I'll tell you, and I'll make the connection here. Yeah. So when I got indicted and all the news was out, Details Magazine hit me up and they're like, we want your story before anybody. And I was like, oh, I really wanted Rolling Stone, which they reached out to me. We were going to do it, but they wanted to do it like, I don't know, a month later. And Details is like, we want to do it now. And I was like, well, fuck it. I did the Details art magazine.
Decision.
Yeah, I know, but
should have waited a month.
Tom Cruise was on the cover of that Details magazine.
Dude.
No way.
Yeah. Hell yeah! All right, redemption.
And
Nice.
But it was for what is considered one of his forget the samurai one. Remember the samurai
it.
one?
Last Samurai?
The Last Samurai.
I love it.
Amazing.
I love
Amazing
it.
movie.
I love it.
Tearjerker.
I love it.
100%.
You liked it?
Hell yeah,
I
dude.
loved it.
I loved it.
I don't remember.
It's right up there with Braveheart and Gladiator for me. Braveheart, Gladiator, Last Samurai, all of the same.
Yeah,
like,
and I love
fucking
Samurai more than Irish Mel Gibson minions.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Larry.
I pick them both for the fights.
Larry, I want you to
the
take it over.
ultra violence.
Larry, give me like a dope fucking behind the scenes from the show last week question for Rob. Give me like a fucking barn burner, open door, some type of behind the scenes juice with Rob.
Rob, remember at that one point when you grabbed my shoulders and
Oh,
you
Jesus.
said, "Hey, Larry, all this stuff that you keep coming back here and telling me, I know that you're trying to help me, but I know, Larry. I just want you to know that I appreciate
know.
you, but I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
I want to let you know that working for Brett and working for Danny, I've had similar moments with both of them where they were like, "You're helping me a little bit too much. Just fucking do what I need you to do right now." So just in my whole
Sagittarius.
catalog of working for all of these different promoters, DJ Hyde, Rob Black, Danny D'Amato, Casanova Valentine. I want
Well,
you
is
to
that
know as
really
you
a
get to know
promoter?
me,
I mean,
as you get to know me and I get to know you, that is a quality that I bring to the table where you just gotta kind of be like, Larry, just chill out for a second. I got it. So that's a little behind the scenes because y'all didn't know that happened.
Well,
Rob
remember,
knows that it happened.
I've always said this. I've always said this. You know, even going back 20 some odd years. I know everything that goes on that is either good or bad. And if it's bad, I know about it and I'm more upset about it than anybody else. But there's where I have to put it in a different, or I literally will just throw my fucking computer against the wall and I'll fucking walk out and go home. Like, so I have to like go, all right, we lost our lights. Okay. All right. Gotta, you know, like the, not the last show, but the show before that. Or on this show, the fire alarm goes off. And I'm just like, okay. All right. Well, we'll be all right. It's toward the end of the show.
well, thank
What's
God
the
you
worst
had
thing-
Shannon. Thank God for Shannon. Like you had her there.
She's a great help,
to,
goddammit.
to let everybody know.
She also
you know.
escorted the beer. She
Right,
escorted
I mean,
the beer
God
to the
bless
back as
and
well.
Thank God. Let me just be the first to say, thank God. I'm sorry. Continue.
Thank God.
It was the spooky dust. You know, she surmised
She emerged.
that it wasn't
she
Chad
emerged from
Mines
it.
pulling the fire alarm like Hillbilly thought it was. She actually realized that it was the spooky dust getting into the particles. You know, she understands chemistry.
She
and
saved the
understands
show.
deathmatch wrestling. And thank God. Thank God. All right. Any other questions for Rob Black, Brian,
gosh.
Sean?
The-
Let's get
Yeah.
after it, dude. Let's see.
Rob,
free
what
for
is it
all.
like? What is it like being a dad? I know you have two boys.
Yeah.
You're running a business. You also run an XPW. What is it like juggling all three things at once? 'Cause
You hit them with tubes to train them, obviously.
I was saying, what is it like being juggling, being a dad, and running a business and XPW at the same time?
You know, you know,
Too
it's
real.
and it's not just the XPW. I mean, you know, the gift shop, weed, the gift shop,
Jesus Christ.
and just you know, the mail order company, just all these little kind of things are add-ons to then the wrestling. You know, you know, it's I don't like to be away from them, but you know, I'm not going to bring them to a fucking show.
Yo, Eric, if
You know,
you
I'm
have a
not gonna
question,
fucking-
send it. Sorry. If you have a question, send it. We're winding down. Please continue, Rob. I'm sorry. But if you have
You
a
know,
question in
things
the
like that.
chat, if you have the question in the chat, just send it real quick. We love you all. Sorry, Rob. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. So the hardest part is not being around for those day or two. And I know it doesn't sound, you know, big deal, a day or two. I mean, fuck, growing up, my dad would be gone for fucking days doing, you know, gangster shit. So, I mean, it's like, what the fuck? But I feel, you know, I've had a good life. I can't complain. I've had ups and downs. I've made a lot of money, and I've fucking not just lost. Fuck lost money. I more money on fucking drugs, gambling, and fucking whores than people have made in a lifetime working their asses off. And I'm fortunate for that. And I'm thankful for that. And I get sad
Making me want to cry.
when I'm gone
Type of way.
because I look at my kids and I think, I don't have to fucking do this anymore. And I feel like I take something from them because I don't have to do it. And there's some times where I just say to Kat, why the fuck am I why am I doing this? I should be doing nothing, sitting on the porch or, sitting by the pool and waiting for them to come home from the bus. And they come home and I make them fucking lunch and we hang out. And I should be doing that. I'm 50 fucking years old. But then there's that part of me that goes, you know what? Let me just grind it out for another couple of years, or let me build again. How many people could say they went to the mountaintop and then they fucking tumbled all the way down, and then they got back to the mountaintop and then they tumbled all the way down and then they got back up to the top.
Perseverance,
So there's
brother.
that ego part of me. There's that fucking, that drive that I gotta fucking be the best and I gotta be successful and I gotta create this thing. But then I watch a fucking, TV show or in a commercial comes on kid, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? So it's tough, Sean. I'm being honest, man. It's straight shoot. It's tough, and I battle with it every fucking day.
What a fucking
don't
guest. What a guest. Everybody out here right now, we got totally the most viewers ever since Larry's Jump the Ship episode. We are rocking and rolling. If you are believing this, and by the way, I'm over here trying to own a cat, live a domesticated life. I've been yelling at Brian. I've been yelling at Brian all summer. But you know what, Rob? You're speaking a lot of sense to me right now. And you know what? Just like Brian, I think I might be a part of the cult right now. Do either of the three of you have any more questions? I'm seeing
I have a final question.
I'm seeing the questions in the chat, and
should we do just fan questions? Fan questions.
Well, you know what? Actually, I am seeing some. I was actually filtering because most of them were terrible. One of them says, "Will there be an XPW Hall of Fame ever in the future?" Do you have anything like that on your mind?
I don't have anything like that on my mind, but it's not a horrible idea. It's actually a good idea. And I promise you, I would put only people that really were part of XPW. I wouldn't try to glom on to other talent and just put them in the XPW Hall of Fame because they walked in and out of our doors one time.
I somehow expected you to say that. And we have another question. And by the way, thank you to all four of you for spending overtime. We're at like 2 hours and 8 minutes. But Rob did get a flat tire. Question, Rob, what is your personal favorite XPW event? And by the way, this person is saying like new school, rebirth. So I want to make it two-pronged. Let's go pre-birth and rebirth. What are like some of your, just give me two top favorite memories, pre-birth and rebirth. Is that cool? Sorry. Hey, I drank margaritas. Hey.
We do.
Both exploding ring matches we did, I think were my favorite. And they went off with, flawless. Yeah, it was just good. And I know, some people are like, wow, the Angel got shot with a paintball gun. But, it was still fucking a great spot, and we blew the fuck up out of the ring and blah, blah, blah. And I think the tournament that we did in high school gym, I don't remember It was a baptized in blood. I think it was 2, and it was the spot where Supreme climbs the ladder, and I push him off it's like a 16-foot ladder, and I push him off, and he goes through a table covered in fucking tubes.
Oh,
And that's how we lost to Vic Grimes. And New Jack comes out and I think beats us all up at the end or something like that. But that was a pretty cool show. Yeah, those 3 moments, I guess you could say.
Those are great moments. All right, Brian, Sean, Larry, take it away.
How does it feel to be going back to California to the original venue? So when you guys go back for Halloween in Hell 4?
I mean, we never did a show there. We did a press conference with Onita and Sabu there.
Mm.
And our offices were across the street. So they're on Valjean, and that's where our first office was, where we used to, where we did, I mean, we did so many skits and we did stuff outside there. I mean, all of our neighbors were, like, what the fuck, man? Like we did crazy shit there. We did the cinematic shit before it was called cinematic, a cinematic scene. We did that
skits.
Yeah. I mean, we did that type of, or we did a wrestling match in the parking lot and
right,
all that,
like the
stuff.
Boneyard match and the fucking, parties at the compound.
We did all that stuff at that location, so we did some wild shit there. So it's exciting to be back in Van Nuys, where it all began. So I'm looking forward to it. Airtel Plaza, a lot of good memories there. We had a lot of good memories. We used to go there. I used to have lunches there. Business lunches. So like it's a nice little banquet, banquet hall and the whole thing. And I would go in there with just the grimiest, filthiest motherfuckers and whores and post up and have like really, really nice lunches there. And, and be there with a bunch of grimy, nasty people. But
best shit in the world.
All right, I got one question. Are you going to go live tonight on the Rob Black show? Are you going live tonight after us?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. And where
then let's go ahead, Sean.
Where can the fans who do not know of the Rob Black show find the Rob Black show, Rob?
Worst app ever.
Oh, Juberg, why is it a bad app though? That's
first of all, you don't get. There's no notification. I don't get notified. I have to sit there and like check it to see when it's live. Like a goddamn ass.
But why don't? But if you,
it's a bad app. I have it. No, I joined. I've joined. I've done everything I needed. I used to get notifications. It's just a shitty app.
Yo, you should just.
Sometimes your shit doesn't load. Sometimes your shit doesn't load.
You should just do your show with me. Like I'll be your comrade, Conrad Thompson. You could like take your 90-second pauses.
No, you got to do the live. You got to do live like
90-second pauses where you're eating your chicken wings, no doubt, and.
Everyone wants to see that face.
And I can fill in the, and also I'll be the heater. Yo, I'm just lobbying for a job. Surprise, guys. That's the whole reason we did this.
Patrick, I'm going into business for myself.
I didn't even get you to go to a damn show.
Yeah. No, I work from home.
Right. Yeah, go to the show, bro. Sean, do you go to the shows?
Of course, Rob. I was there this past week. I was there at the last Newark show. I'd love to be in California.
He's afraid to sit next to me. His brother sit next to me.
No, I gotta keep my face clean.
I'm also afraid to sit next to Brian or travel.
I'm always in the back with the merch.
Oh,
I'm always in the back by the merch. Yep, I'm always there.
All right.
Well, Rob, you really got my kids fucking hot and heavy here, but we know we got to get you gone so you can get ready for your show. So. Thank you for joining us here this evening on Blvd Bullies versus the World. Hey. Yeah, and thanks for having me as a part of your growing family. Yeah,
that's all.
You,
We're done.
We're done. It's over, Rob.
It's over.
You were
That's
late.
it.
You were late. You were late. God
Everybody
damn it.
say bye, Rob.
Yeah.
Thank you,
We're-
Rob. Thank you. Bye.
I wasn't that late though.
Bye.
No, you weren't.
No,
You weren't.
you were
And
great.
I know,
Schlack
but
and
we
Schlack.
go to 9.
Schlack
We
made
go
a
to 9,
special
it's
appearance.
9.
No, you know what? You
9:28.
were great, and you know what?
Schlack
We
made an
ran
appearance.
over because literally everything you had to say was dope. In my own
Worthy.
honest
Worthy.
opinion, yeah. So
Well, that's why I figured we'd go a little longer because I was a little late. So that's why I didn't want to fucking gyp
you were
you
a
on
little
fucking
late
time.
and a lot of
No.
dope, though. That's
No,
the
yeah.
deal.
Yeah,
Much
you were awesome,
appreciated,
Rob.
dude.
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
coming
and
out,
you
taking the time to
it's
be
like-
with us.
I didn't want to be a hooker that
Oh,
shows up
Jesus.
late.
Oh,
And then
jeez.
she's like, "Oh, sorry, you're only gonna get 40 minutes."
All right.
even though
Well,
it's
we didn't
supposed to
need
be
we
an hour.
didn't need
Jewish
that
hooker.
part of
Jewish,
it.
you
You know,
tried to-
everything could have been
Jewish
cool.
hooker.
You know, we were trying to get remonetized here. You know, I mean, but thank you. That's an apt analogy. Sure, if you want to do it.
Don't listen to this guy.
Pat, this is the price that you pay to get involved.
I love it.
Now
Yo,
you gotta pay
I'm a
the price.
believer. I am
Yeah.
a believer. You know what? You might see me live dressed as Chuck Norris at the next XPW show. And you might
In
be
the shadows.
Yeah, in the shadows like the Unabomber. I'm here under the cover of political correctness. I'm wearing a
when I
poncho.
work- It's funny when I work out. I look. I you know that you just said that, and I actually look like the fucking Unabomber. When I work out, I put my XPW hat on and I put my XPW hoodie on, and it's extra large, so it fucking wraps around my face like that. I got my headphones
Yeah,
on,
it's like,
and I'm on my
you
elliptical.
gotta worry about it.
Old
Yeah,
ass.
you gotta worry about stuff like that. You know.
Yeah,
You're in the zone,
I'm
man.
fucking doing the
In
thing.
the
You know what,
fucking
Rob?
zone.
And by the way, I've been inspired by Travis Kelce. I've been inspired by Aaron Rodgers, but my final nail in the coffin is Rob Black, and I think I'm gonna go from beard to mustache.
You gotta
think-
go,
I think
bro.
I'm gonna go full mustache
Oh,
now,
man.
Rob.
I can't
Top
do it.
mustache.
I
You
think
gotta
I'm
go
going
with
to.
the top.
I
Rob,
think
real
I'm-
That's
quick.
a tough one. That's a tough
Real
one.
quick, Rob, we're hearing you ran for mayor. Is that true?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, don't get into this, bro.
Oh, look,
Don't
you're gonna
listen to
make Larry
that.
tight.
We'll
You're gonna
have
get
Rob
Larry.
another time.
Look,
We
you're
will
gonna
have
get Larry
Rob
very
another time,
upset.
and it's
Look.
way past our time. We can't get into that right now.
Larry,
Don't get
I
Larry
heard-
We can't,
upset.
yo.
I
We
just
cannot.
texted
I'm
you
sorry. I'm
ran
putting
for
my
mayor.
foot down.
Larry, did
We will
you?
talk to Rob another time. I'm sorry.
Sean, you
Yes.
gotta do my if you go down my Wikipedia, you could go down and you go down a fucking rabbit hole, bro. You'll like go like because
Well,
there's
why don't we just have you on again? Can we have you on again?
there's an
Can we go on
extreme
business for ourselves and just have-
associates.
All right,
You
just like Shellac, every single week you will receive a link to the call. You can join
Yeah,
or
to drop
not join
in.
at your
Yeah.
leisure.
You see what I do?
Okay.
I just make everyone part of the family. This
And,
is
and
what
listen, in case
what I do.
as a guy also with bad hair, let me just assure you, your hair has looked great the whole time.
You got to admit, for 50 years old, I'm not that bald.
Well,
Look,
I don't know.
I got my hair.
That's
I don't know about that.
wow. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
I like-
Oh yeah, Rob.
David
Like
Perkins
Cameron
fucking
Diaz in
stuff.
Long
yeah,
Came Polly.
you obviously go to a
Right.
Nazi barber, so that's.
Well,
that's
yeah,
cool.
I do the fucking that kind of the Hitler
Jeff
thing.
King.
All right,
you
all right.
know?
Bye, Rob.
All right.
Bye, bye.
Yeah, why don't we
Thank
just
you.
end the show? Yeah.
You
Why
just
don't
want
we
to end the
just
show?
end
All
it?
right.
We're gonna end the
Everybody,
show with
bye.
Rob.
Good show,
Everyone
everybody.
say
Yeah,
bye.
bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Well, there you go. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.
Boulevard.